If it's a man that I choose to be exclusive with, I'm following you wherever you go. And I'm making sure the way is clear, to be honest.
Feel like leadership doesn't mean tugging on my leash. That's not how that works. You don't tug and drag and make me do what you want me to do. Leadership is working together with your team to get to an end result.
Welcome back to the Be the Model Podcast. I'm your host, Teddy J.
And I'm Big Neil.
It's your girl, Kiki, from Kicking It with Key on the Be the Model Network.
And it's your girl, CJ Jazz, your girl's favorite DJ.
And today, we have a very special guest here with us today. Director, producer, all of the above, the one and only Elodie Alcindor.
What's up, everybody? Hey, guys.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
It's been a while. We saw you last time on Kicking It with Key.
Yes, one-on-one.
Period.
Me
It
and
was
my
a great
girl.
time, yes.
At that time, you were directing your play, Why Do Good Men Cheat?
Yes.
And we want to know, how was that? And how was that experience?
It was great. It was a good time, it's always exciting to put forth your art and to see how people react to it and to watch people fall in love with your story. So it's always an amazing experience. It doesn't come without its own speed bumps and its own, lessons, but it was great. I had a great time.
Good.
Yes.
You guys were there actually, so.
Yes, front row seat.
Front row.
It was
VIP
beautiful.
couches.
I wish I was there.
Yeah, thank you.
It was a wonderful event.
Yeah. So how you came up with the play? Like how you came up with the concept?
Why Good Men Cheat?
Yeah.
Well, actually, my mentor came to my last stage play in 2018, The Silent Cries of the Good Woman, and he was like, yeah, okay, that was great. It was funny. It was amazing, but you're always telling stories from a woman's perspective. We want to hear about love from a man's perspective. And at first, I was like, well, I'm not a man, so I can't write from a man's perspective. He was like, trust me, I'm going to give you everything that you need.
Right.
You're going to have the answers that you need, and we're going to tell the story about love from, a man's perspective. So I'm like, okay, cool. So for the past 3 years or 3 years after that, we held small focus groups.
Right.
And we listened basically to 50 different guys.
Right.
Some were engaged, some were married, some were divorced, on their second marriage, single, sliding. It was
All of them was sliding, right?
Well,
Yeah.
it's an anonymous group, so I can't, I ain't gonna spill the tea. But we just were able to talk to so many different men who have been through so many different experiences with women. And I'm like, dang.
Wow.
I never really stopped to think about how men experience love. I think women, we're so hyper-focused on our experience and how it affects us, how we feel, what we think. But we don't really get a chance to think about men's emotions and how they process or how they experience love. So it was a very humbling experience. And to write the story, I was very stressed out because I'm like, I have to do the story justice because these men opened up to me. They poured their heart out to me. And I didn't want to cheapen the story, if that makes sense. I didn't want to cut corners. So I dug real deep. We had strippers on stage. We had money on stage. We had liquor on stage. And it was just dope. It was cool.
So you see men different now than you did before that?
I do see men differently, yes.
In a good way or bad way?
I see men and how they love differently. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Did you come up with a consensus of why good men cheat?
Yeah, there are a few different reasons why.
What was one of them?
I feel like being unappreciated was probably the main one.
The main one?
Yeah, being unappreciated or not being appreciated the way that they need to be appreciated. Because I feel like sometimes women, we appreciate men how we want to and not how he needs us to.
Right.
So, and of course, for every man, it's different what appreciation looks like. For some, it's sex. For some, it's affection. For some, it's conversation. For some, it's positive affirmations, reassurance. Every man is different. But I think appreciation for what he does and what he brings to the table was the main thing that we overlook.
Yeah.
It's we feel very entitled. Women feel very entitled, which we should.
I'm
in our
just
defense.
saying.
We should to an extent, So, that was the biggest one.
Why should women feel entitled and not men?
Well, because we are the backbone of every family. You know, we are the ones who bear children. We're the ones who rear children. We're the one who turn a house into a home, who make the meals, who in traditional sense.
I was going to say, are you talking about the modern woman or are you talking about the traditional woman?
In the traditional sense. I don't know what's going on now in 2023, but in the traditional sense, usually the man goes and makes the money and the woman is the one that creates a life for them. So that's why I feel like women should feel entitled, because technically we're doing a lot of the work.
I think that's not really happening these days. Men going out to work and women staying home and taking care. That's not really happening these days.
But it's still the same thing. Staying home and taking care of children.
Yeah, if anything, they
thing.
should be more entitled because they're not staying home.
They're usually on the next yacht boat, having a good time, or at the next clubs, at the whatever.
That's what you see on the outside, but you don't see the day to day.
Yeah.
But I think it depends on what type of woman that you're talking about. Like, are you talking about a single young woman that's living her life and that's not looking to settle down and is, out here on the dating scene? Or are you talking about a woman that actually accepted someone's hand in marriage to say, yes, I'm going to devote my life to you. I'm going to bear children with you, so on and so forth. I feel like those are two different women.
Well, I'm talking
you
about
can't compare the two.
Who have kids, you're still a mom once you have kids, you're married or not.
But yet you're still also a woman that can
You're
also live your
person.
life as well. So just because I have kids, that does not mean I cannot go on a boat and have me a good time. I am an adult as well. I should be able to go to work, spend time at home, and also have my social life.
Disagree.
My social life should not be ruled out because I am a parent.
I disagree.
Well, if
You disagree with what?
with some of what you're saying,
With
not all.
which
of
part?
it. The part
Right.
that you entitled to just go out. What, are you talking about as a single woman, or are you talking about as
Either one.
As any woman. Yeah.
So
I
a
disagree.
mother should know once you bear a child, there's no more social life.
I'm basing off of what you said. You should be able to go to work, then go do your social life. Your
Yeah.
social life should be your family. That's your social life once you decided to do that.
Social life has different categories.
your family should come first, though.
Yeah.
Your kids should come
So
first.
when you become a father, you don't go hang out
But you
with
socialize everywhere you
Y'all
go.
should make y'all social life together.
But when you become a dad, you don't hang out with your friends no more?
Not as much, because
But do
your
you?
social life should be your family.
Yeah, but do you?
Not as
once
much.
in a while, but not as much.
Exactly.
Not as much.
Exactly.
Once in a
it's
while.
the balance.
Well,
I didn't say put the
I'm being
family to the side.
Well,
what I said was,
I'm
as
just-
an adult woman, you should have the liberty and the freedom to still be able to be yourself,
Yeah,
to
once in a
have
while.
your individuality, still do the things that you love,
Keep
and
your cup
still be
full.
able to have a bit of free time away from your kids
A
and
bit.
your
A
husband.
A bit.
Yes,
As long as
a
it's a
bit.
balance.
'Cause we
your
talking
free
about balance.
time shouldn't be more
Like, you
than
shouldn't
your,
go like
than
every
your
week,
family time or
social.
your time devoted to taking care of your kids.
Right.
For sure.
You shouldn't be spending more time having a good time, drinking, clubbing, partying, and just grandma or somebody
Yeah, you
else's
gotta
You
raising
talking
raising
to the
kids.
men, right?
No,
I
we
hope
talking
you
to the
telling
women,
that to the
because women
men.
do that.
Don't
We
tell
talk, no,
women
we talking
nothing.
about
Both.
when we said when Elodie stated
Okay.
a woman's job is to nurture the family, do this. How are you going to be doing that if 70% of that time is doing something else?
Yeah.
So now you're expecting the man to be working, like she said,
Washing
doing all
clothes
that
and
stuff,
doing
and
all
then
that
you want
stuff
him to
too.
come home and do all those duties while you just a free spirit party in the
Yeah.
street? No.
He should be able to. He should be able to,
Sounds
because
good.
y'all be saying it's not always 50-50. Sometimes it's 80-20. Well, now you do the 80. You do the 80 and let me go ahead and do the 20. And then when I'm ready to do my 80, then I'll do my 80.
Now, I don't know if I said it was
You
a
need the right
woman's
rule.
job
What?
to do those
Yeah,
things.
remember the
I just
traditional
said
thing
that
you was talking about?
You said what?
The traditional aspects
Right,
you
we're
were
talking
talking
about the
about?
traditional aspect of because you said, why are women entitled, or why should we feel entitled, or whatever. I said because most of the time, we're the ones who are the backbone of the entire family.
And you doing that.
So
You are.
I feel like as a woman, especially nowadays, where a lot of us are career women, where back in the day maybe women didn't have other responsibilities outside of the home. So now that we're out here, we're chasing the bag, we're building our brands, we're also mothers, we're also friends, we're also sisters, we're also wives. I feel like every cup needs an equal amount of attention. So in respect to what you guys just said, I don't think that you should tell me or regulate for me what I do in my social time.
You should regulate your
If my responsibilities are handled, if my kids are okay, their clothes are clean, they're healthy, they're happy, they're full.
Yeah.
When it's me time, it's me time. Don't regulate how much me time
Okay,
I
but
need
you
to
said-
get
Because now
before.
we're talking about
I agree.
control.
Because
We're talking about power
I
and
agree, but
control
she
at
said
that point.
every cup has an
You
equal.
gotta regulate
Every
your
cup
I don't
has
think
to
so.
be filled. Meaning my cup, meaning
balance.
what I mean by that is my cup as Elodie first, because my cup is the first cup. Before I'm your wife, before I'm your mom, before I'm someone's mom, before I'm someone's sibling, I'm me first.
And the time dedicated to being you expect that to be equal with the time
Yes.
dedicated?
Absolutely.
So the
How?
time
It should be a
dedicated,
balance.
Absolutely.
that doesn't make sense. The
It don't
time,
make
so the
sense.
time
It should be a
dedicated to your
balance.
family, right? At home, your kids. You
Not
have a
even
kid,
just your
you're
kids.
raising
It
a
should
kid.
be a healthy balance.
You mean the time
So,
dedicated as a
balance
mom
means
to your
equal,
kid
no?
is going to be equal to the time you spend out with friends?
But
No.
me time doesn't mean I'm with my friends.
No, you said friends. You said
Friends,
you time. You
meaning
said all
exactly. My
that.
me time is whatever I consider. If I want to go to brunch with my friends, that's my me time.
It's
That's your
priority,
friend.
If I
bro.
want to go get a massage, that's my me time.
I don't think
you
it-
can't tell me what to do in my me time.
Can't tell you
Yeah.
nothing. I can
I
tell
can't
you I
tell
ain't
you what
gonna
to
be
do in
with
your
you.
me time. When you go to the gym, when you go play basketball with your friends, I don't regulate what you do in your you time. So don't regulate what I do in my me time.
So if a man playing basketball every day like he in the NBA, you gonna try to regulate that.
Of course, that's what we,
You know what
that's
I'm
what we
saying?
said. Balance is a key thing. Like
That's what I'm
balance,
saying.
Yes.
balance means
That's
equal.
what I'm saying.
Exactly.
Because
As
if
long
it's
as
one
there's
drop off, it's imbalance.
But
Yes.
how do you determine balance? That's where the problem be coming
To
in.
me,
man.
family
Okay,
always gonna come first. I don't care
Family
what you
gotta come
balancing.
first.
I'm not gonna pick going out or gonna
Not-
pick hanging out with my friends
not-
versus me spending like my time with my kids or my time with.
But it doesn't
Okay,
have
well
to be
that's
a-
something completely different
it doesn't
because
have to
now
be
you're
either
talking
or.
about the difference of like, let's say for instance hanging out over spending the
Priorities.
night with your
Yeah, you're
family
talking about
or whatever.
priorities.
That
That's
you're
not what we're
talking
talking
about
about.
priorities and putting things in an order. That's completely different. Balance is
same.
very important. You have to have balance when it comes to the things that we're doing in life. You have to be able to have a social life, actually focus on your partner, focus on your kids,
Yeah.
and also your work. If you don't have balance in either one of those things,
You're gonna drop
things
the
are
ball.
gonna
It's gonna tell.
it's gonna be off.
You're gonna be
So
tipping the
you
scale.
said it doesn't make sense to have balance. It really does. How do you
It
have
does.
balance? You come up with a routine. You come up with structure. You come up with the understanding with your partner, with your kids, where you know, okay, Friday night is game night with the kids.
Mm-hmm.
Saturday is the night for me and my partner. Sunday is the day
A
where you
brunch
probably
day with
go
me.
watch football. Wherever
I
I
got a
am, the
question.
kids are with their cousins. Monday through Friday, we're with the kids. Like that's how you have balance. You
got a
prioritize. You
question.
figure out what's important, and then you
Yeah.
allocate your time accordingly.
I got a question.
That's what balance is.
I agree.
It's not saying spend 5 hours here, 5 hours there, 5 hours there. That's not
Well, she
balance.
said equal
Yeah.
balance. I believe in
Yeah.
balance. It just can't. It's
But
impossible
balance
for it to
doesn't
be
necessarily
equal.
equate
But
to
equal,
five,
we're not
five,
talking
five,
about
five,
time.
five.
We're just talking
I
about.
got a question.
Go
for
ahead.
y'all ladies. Do y'all let y'all men lead?
No.
Oh yeah. What you
can
mean?
say
How?
that
If he
Yeah.
was to say, okay, came up with the guidelines to what you just said,
Mm-hmm.
you gonna agree to it, or you gonna try to tell him it's gonna be different?
Well, to be quite frank, me and my man, we should be eye to eye.
How? If
We
he
should-
leading?
We should be eye to eye. So what that means is that when we got together, there's a chemistry, there's a compatibility, there's a like-mindedness. We
There's
have
an
common goals. We
understanding.
got a lot of things in common.
But-
It's not that he's meeting me and saying, okay, Kiki, I want you to take this blonde hair out. More than likely, he likes my blonde hair. You get what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying
Now,
on
if
that.
he was to make a suggestion like, hey, babe, I think on Saturdays wear the blonde hair or the burgundy hair, that's something completely different. I'll take that into consideration and we'll move forward. If it's within reason.
What consideration are you taking? Like,
What
is you gonna
he's
let
saying.
him lead, or you gonna just?
But what is leading to you? Because lead and
Leading
control,
is saying,
lead
all
and
right,
control are two
they
very different
close.
things. No, they're not.
No, they're not
Very close.
No, they're not.
When you lead, you take control. You take
Because
the
one
reins.
is
That's
done for
what.
power, one is done for good intent and betterment of the
Yes,
unit. It's
fact.
one thing to say, baby, don't get your nails done this month because we're trying to invest in a new property. So I know you spend however much in your nails, so don't do that. Versus saying, I don't like those long nails. It gives this impression. It does this and do that. Like, excuse me? Like, what's the
So it's
reason
the
and
way
what's
he
the
conveyed
intent?
it?
I need to know
Oh, you got
what's
a
the
reason and
reason.
intent gotta be-
You're not gonna control me, but you can lead me for sure.
I can understand what you said, but are you gonna accept when he leading? Like you.
If it's a man that I choose to be exclusive with, I'm following you wherever you go, and I'm making sure the way is clear. To be
I
honest,
feel like leadership is like you have to know your audience. Let me just say that, because I'm a leader. I lead a team of like 50
Right.
people because I'm a writer. I direct. I produce, which means I have to create.
Yeah.
I have to lead a team of people to give me
Right.
the end result that I want, and I have to produce and manage caterers, videographers, photographers, etc. At the end of the day, leadership doesn't mean tugging on my leash. That's not how that works. You don't
Tugging
just
on-
you don't tug and drag and make me do what you want me to do. Leadership is working together with your team to get to an end result. Like a
Yes.
coach.
Correct.
Yeah,
Yes.
the coach, you can't play all the positions.
I
You still
agree.
need me
I
to
agree.
play the position to get the desired result. Yes or no?
Right.
Correct.
Okay.
Am
so
I right?
when-
Am I? Yes
You
or
right.
no?
You right.
Okay.
Yes and yes.
So I say that to say, you can suggest, you can make suggestions. You can say, baby, I feel like this is the best course of action for us to be able to get to this certain whatever.
Right.
What do you think? Even if at the end of the day you're the one that's gonna make the final decision, we're a team.
But as a leader, you heard what you said. You make the final decision.
You make
But
the
what do
final
you-
decision.
And they got
I
roll
wanna
with your
know-
decision,
But you
right?
can't make a decision and tell me what we're gonna do. It's not.
You the
hey,
leader, right?
So we're gonna do this. Da, da, da. What do you think? Because good leadership is
You can hear
teamwork.
Listening to
yes.
the people.
Yeah.
But my
Good
thing
leadership is
as
making the people
men-
around you feel like
As
they're
a man,
invested
like,
and
but
that
at the
they
end of
had
the
a
day-
part in whatever. Exactly. At the end of the day, you gonna do
But
what you
as
do.
a leader,
But
at the
I
end of the
have a-
day, are you going to let your team tell you what the final
At the end of the day,
decision
we're
going to
gonna
be?
come to a decision together because you
But
know
I feel
how
like
you
you
know
should
how to
listen
make
to your
me-
team. If your team have complaints,
listen.
if they're saying the shoes are too tight and they can't run fast in the shoes and they keep slipping on
It's
the
your
shoes
job
when
to
they're
fix
running
it.
from base to base,
To fix
You ain't
as
gonna be
the
like, "Oh, no,
leader,
you gonna wear these
yes,
shoes."
you should
Nah.
be
That
a
ain't what I'm talking-
listener to the team. To be
Should
honest,
listen.
a good leader is a good listener
Right.
of their team.
Exactly.
So my question to you guys is,
Are you
what
a
do you
good
guys
leader?
consider leading a woman? Because to me, it sounds like you don't want a woman to have input. You don't
And
want
that's
to
not
have
true.
her to have intellect. You don't want her to have a mind of her own to say, well, babe, you know what? I know you said black, but what about gray? You don't want nobody
I
else
want a woman
to
to have
You don't want two brains, two minds to be together?
I think what they're trying to
No,
say
I
is
want it.
What are they trying to say?
what they're looking for in a woman is for them to actually trust them to lead.
Exactly.
So when it comes down to, like, for me, I will let a man lead, but it's hard for me to let a man lead because it's hard for me to trust a man. I need to be able to trust you that the decisions you're making are, like you're saying, have good intentions.
Exactly.
You know what I'm
Correct.
saying?
I
I
get
have
it.
to make sure that the decisions you're making are coming from a place of knowledge, and it's not going to steer me in the wrong direction.
not selfish.
So for a man to lead me, I need to be able to believe in you.
But how do you build trust?
That's
You build
just
trust in
that's over
communication
time. It's
and
through
in
communication.
collaboration. Exactly.
You know,
We build
spending
trust
time with
with
one
sex.
And in
another.
collaboration. In
I like that
collaboration.
type of
Because at the end of the day,
And it comes with little things like, you know, for her sending her whatever she wants, that's going to build that communication and trust. And now she's know that if he says, you know what, we're not going out tonight, but we're going out tomorrow, she's going to accept it what it is because he already had built that and then established.
Exactly.
Maybe they didn't
Correct.
communicate. He didn't promise a whole bunch of stuff, but their actions already built that trust.
Exactly.
So you don't always have to communicate to trust someone.
Right.
It's just their actions are speaking louder than their
which is
words.
still communication.
And that's
at
what
the
I
end
was
of the day.
saying, Big Neil. If it's somebody that I actually say I'm going to be exclusive with you, you're going to be my man, I'm going to be your woman. More than like, I'm already letting you know that I trust you. I'm already letting you know I believe in you. I'm already letting you know wherever your right foot go, I'm going to move, you move
The fact
just
that I
like
even
that.
chose
like
to be
Ludacris
with
say.
you lets you
But
know
that
that I
means
trust
if that's
in your
the
ability
case,
to lead
you're
me.
not
I
going
think
to
it's
question him when he
compartmental
leads y'all, or y'all not going to be like,
I'ma break
well,
it
I
down.
need to put my input in order
Well,
for
no,
you
exactly.
to lead
But
me.
I feel like the issue is that men are like missing is that you're trying to lead, but you're not establishing.
But
the
you have to
rela-
No,
understand,
you kinda boss
in that
somebody around.
relationship,
But listen,
the man,
you're
that's
coming
his
in-
job to lead. Your job is to be a
Yes,
supporting
but your
factor.
job is to build
You're
me
not
as your
leading.
team member, though. You'll never imagine it's your first day on a job, and the boss comes in and he's like, "You're gonna do this, you're gonna do that, and you're gonna
You gonna do it.
because he's in a position.
He got
but
that.
that doesn't mean that you
leadership.
respect him as your leader.
But you gonna do it.
That doesn't mean that you ain't gonna be grumbling
But
under
you
your
don't want
breath.
respect?
That's not the point, though.
You guys are
They
gonna
ain't gotta
grumble
respect.
regardless.
Just do what I say.
Not
That's not
necessarily.
true.
As
That's
opposed
not
to a
true.
leader that
Respect,
comes in, as
If
opposed
it's
to a
not
leader
true.
that comes in,
It's
it's like,
true.
hey, good morning, everybody.
But it's
We're
different
so
levels of
thankful that
respect,
you guys
though.
are
Yeah,
here
we're talking
today.
about a
Thank you for
relationship, a
coming
man
in,
and a
da-da-da.
woman. We're not talking
But we're
about
still
a team
but
building.
It's still a team.
She
But
said,
it's like what type of respect you want? You want respect out
Respect
of
is
fear.
respect.
People
Okay,
now
I-
there are
There's
women that
different
get
types of
abused
respect,
and respect
though.
their man because they are fearful of
respect
them.
them, though.
There are people
So you feel
that
like you got to slap your woman around for her
No, I
respect
don't
you?
feel like I gotta-
Okay,
I
then.
don't think he's saying that, but I'm just saying it's different ways to
They'll
gain
crack me
respect,
up.
and you don't
Exactly.
always have to move your weight around
Respect
to
is
get that
respect,
respect.
though.
I feel like a man's man
He
don't
gonna
even
step.
have to do all that.
Period.
When
Yeah.
they walk in the room, they already come with a certain
You command that
esteem.
respect
They already
already.
come with a certain type of aura and presence.
You know why?
Where it's already
because
established.
you either gonna fear him or you gonna love him. And it's gonna be one of the two. Everybody not gonna love him.
I'ma love
Everybody
you.
not
If I
gonna
gotta
fear
fear
him.
you, I ain't
But he's
gonna
still
have
gonna
you
get
around.
Do you
respect.
want, do you want your wife to fear you?
Sometimes. Sometimes. I
And
want my
what
kids to fear me too.
extent?
Sometimes.
No.
It's a healthy fear. It's not like I
Yeah.
want her to feel like, oh, he gonna kill me or type. But I want her to fear my discipline. Like
What discipline? What do you mean by discipline?
meaning if I leave you,
Because
that's
the only
discipline.
thing that I
Listen,
should fear
listen,
is our relationship falling apart.
that's discipline.
Okay.
That's the
I don't
same
know
thing,
that that's
you
the
know?
word that you want to use.
But I wouldn't
Discipline
consider that a
is
fear. I
an
would
action for
take,
your.
it's like I value you and I want you here as my partner, so I'm going to
True.
take into consideration. That's not fear of you, if you get what I'm saying. It's like,
that's
fear
what-
is
that's
when
not what I
somebody
was
got
saying.
like a getaway bag in a
I don't
trunk.
respond to
That's
authoritative.
fear.
I don't respond to authoritative
Yes, you
leadership.
do. Everybody does.
No, I don't.
You see what you
either.
just said? That's the problem with
I
most
would
stories.
respond to authoritative
If
leadership.
the police came here
I
right
didn't
now,
say authority.
and
What
made
kind of
us
leadership
get
you
on the ground?
respond?
I
You get on the
respond
ground.
to a collaborative leader because that's the type of leader that I
You
am.
would get on the ground if the police came here right now.
Yeah, if they
You'll
have
be
guns because
feared.
they're in power
But
of
you
my
would
life.
fear.
Yeah, of course.
But that's
Exactly.
something
What do you mean?
completely
That's the
different.
same
We're
thing.
talking
Listen
about
to
an
the police.
intimate relationship
If a
versus
crackhead
the
came in
It
here
ain't
with a
gotta
gun
be
in his hand,
intimate.
I'm gonna do what he tells me to do because he's in a
Right.
position of power. It's not because it's authority, but you're in a position where
authority.
you have a gun and you have my life is in your hands. So of
Your
course, I'll do
husband
what I do.
should- or your
But
man should
we're
have
not-
no life
but
in
we're
his
not-
hands.
But when we're talking about a partnership, I should fear losing what we're building together.
Collaborating with a leader has its limits almost, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it does.
I don't care if you go to any kind of corporation. Yes, you have your feedback.
Yeah.
They listen, but at the end,
They
it's going to
make
be
the
them
decision.
making a decision. This
That's
is what
it.
we're going to
No,
go with. They're going to say,
of
thank
course.
you, Molly, Jim, Jack, for your input.
Yeah.
But this is what we're going with right now.
So that means they
Yeah.
was never listening. So are they taking into
No, they
consideration
listen.
what
They
was
listen. I
said?
just said- they said,
or
"Thank
did they
you."
actually? Because it's one thing to listen and be like, okay, thank y'all so much for y'all input, but we still going with what I said.
Yep.
Or thank you guys for your input. I'm going to incorporate a little bit of what you said,
Maybe.
maybe a little bit of what you said. I can't
depends.
do what you said
we all
just
have
yet.
to work here
It
at the end of the
depends,
day.
but sometimes
Yeah.
it might be
So-
still a which. Let's say we're gonna go right or we're gonna go left, and you guys give y'all input. We listen, but eventually we're gonna have to choose one direction.
Right.
Yes, you
And
do.
I'm the leader.
Gotta
I'm
pick
gonna
a side.
eventually say, okay,
Exactly.
I heard
And then
what you
when you make
said.
a choice-
I heard what you said. Based on, we're going right.
Yes, but and
Yeah.
then when you make a choice, I'm gonna trust that you took all the data and made a choice based on what you feel was best from everything that you gathered from
Well, that's
everybody.
the
Not you
problem.
just saying
Correct.
we're going right.
But you said the right thing, though.
That's
You
the problem.
said based on, you're giving a reasoning, like I said. You're
But if
giving
you don't
a
like the
plan.
reason, you're not gonna do it. The leader
I'll
said.
meet y'all at the end.
It's like
I'm crying.
When
Go that
you say
way.
when you say trust,
I'll meet y'all there.
the trust. That's what trust is.
Yeah.
To saying,
Yeah.
okay, I wanted to go left. But at the end of the day, my husband, after hearing everything, he wants to go right. I'm gonna trust his decision
And go
Yeah.
and be okay with it instead of
Wanna
being
And
trust.
not
stressed.
hope that it mess
Nah.
up. 'cause
And
you
not
didn't
hope that
pick
it
the
mess
right-
up. Hope that like still guide him on
If
that
I'm
way.
not comfortable with it, you're still
Even
gonna
if
hear
he
my
say
mouth.
let's go right, you can
That's
still
what
say
I'm
okay,
saying.
babe, but
If
I'm
I'm
still
not-
gonna like look out for you.
Yeah.
And
That's what,
still,
but that's exactly
you know
what
what I
it's
mean?
a collaboration, though. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, when you make that choice, I'm going to trust that you thought about everybody's perspectives and you made a choice based on what you thought was the best decision to make. Not
Right.
you just making a decision and we all follow you and then we all fall off the cliff and you didn't bother
Well, at
stopping
the
to
end of the
ask
day, when
anybody
you- like
like,
you
hey,
mentioned, the
because
bags.
sometimes, listen, when you're leading, people are behind you. They can see things that you can't see.
True.
That's
They
what I
can
just
see
said.
what's-
I said still follow him and look out for him.
But I'm talking,
Yeah.
that's what a collaboration is, though, because people can see things that you can't see. You only have two eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Your perspective, when you're going this way, your perspective is very limited. When you have me on your right hand side, when you have your mom on your left hand side, we can look around, we can look behind us, we can take into consideration things that you'll never be able to see because
That's
you're
what
so
you there for,
focused on
Yeah.
taking us where we're going. So while I'm trusting in your leadership, you also have to trust in my insight. Because again, as a woman, I was built with the DNA and a perspective that you're never gonna have because we have intuition, we have a nurturing nature. So we're gonna look at things differently. That's what the balance between a masculine and a feminine is. So you're meant to take us to a certain
So
point.
why
I'm
you a
gonna kill
leader?
any animal that comes in our way. I'm gonna da-da-da-da, whatever. And my job is to make sure that we have our lunches packed along the way, make sure that we have enough water to drink, make sure
Right.
that we're good on the journey. So no one's job or no one's position is more important than the other.
Right.
But why do
everybody
women-
play an
it takes
important
me
role.
to get you where you're going. I don't care what you say.
So why
Yeah.
do women consider themselves leaders if they know their job is to
Be a
they're
supportive
leaders in
factor.
their arena. I'm a leader in my arena. But when it comes to my relationship, I'm gonna fall back and I'm gonna chill.
What's
Babe,
wrong
what
with
you
a
doing? I
woman
don't care.
considering themselves a leader?
No, I'm
First,
just
I want to
I
get a
was
good
listening to what she was
understanding
saying.
of what is wrong with a woman considering themselves a leader.
The reason I said what I said because she was talking about all the attributes that women have to support, not lead.
But I'm leading that department, though.
The department of support.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
well,
I
lead
am
that
a leader.
The lead that
It's
department
true,
of
yeah.
support.
Like, give me-
Customer
give me-
service is a part of a
Yeah.
business. Like, baby.
Yeah, give me my kudos.
Let me say
give me
this.
my kudos.
What you mentioned.
We're not
that
gonna
you said
diminish
you
the role of a
mentioned.
woman.
Yeah, we not gonna
We're
do
not
that.
diminishing it.
I'm
I
not
want to
trying
bring
to.
a woman role
I
up.
love women.
And
I
we
don't
want y'all to
want
step up,
diminish
but this is
women.
the thing. Y'all don't want to. Because this is the thing. You want a guy to do
Step up
everything
to
for
what?
you. Like you mentioned, you want a
Yeah.
man to do everything when it comes to your pleasure or your satisfaction. When you want
They
something,
should.
you want a man, oh no, he
If
got to
you
take
don't
care of
pleasure
this.
me-
If he give me $20, it's not enough. If he
Right.
do this, if he do
It's
that.
not.
But
Those
then
are-
you
but
say
those
it's
are personal
equal.
standards,
But then
though.
you always, but when it's time for him to lead, you bring up equality.
And
When it's
your
time for him to take care of
attributes.
you, you want, oh no, I'm gonna fall back. You do it.
We're
you
not
can't
talking
have
about
it both
equality.
ways.
Is that too hard to handle,
have it
though?
both ways.
Is that too much to
If
manage?
you want equality, take it all the way. Why you want
I don't want
equality?
equality in my relationship.
When it's time to take
Yes,
the
you do.
leadership, you want equality.
I want my man to be the man.
No, you
I
just
want my
said
man
you wanted
pay
to
all
be
the
an
bills.
equal
No,
leader.
I
Good
did
night.
not. I said
You said
that
you
there's
wanna
a
be an
balance.
equal leader.
I
You
said
said
there's
equality.
a balance between the masculine and the feminine because there are things that you
It's
can
not a
do.
balance. The man is on top.
There are
You said
certain
it's gotta
things
be
that
like
you
this.
can do, and there are certain things that we can
The
do.
man not
Is it
always on
equal?
top.
Is it
Sometimes the man is
equal?
on the bottom.
Is it equal?
in its own way, I guess. Yeah.
If it's equal, then we gonna do everything
See,
equal.
y'all
Like you
double
just said, it's
talking,
equal.
Okay, so can you go to work and can you breastfeed and can you clean?
Yeah,
and
they
can
gotta
you do all
breastfeed.
that
You
all
buy,
at the same
you just
time?
buy the formula, put in the bottle. Everybody gotta be breastfed.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, but can you run a whole household by yourself?
I could.
You could, but would you be happy doing that? No,
If
because
you
you're
love your
created to
kids,
have
if
a
you can.
helpmate. That's the whole point. That's the
No,
whole point
she's
of
saying,
Adam
would
and
you
Eve.
rather have?
Can a woman run a
would
whole
you rather
household by
have a
herself?
partner that is compatible
Yes, I'd
and
rather
all
have
of
a
that with
partner.
you
Yes.
versus
Everyone would
doing
rather.
it
Yes,
That's what
I'd
I'm
rather
saying.
have a
You
partner.
cannot
what
do.
you would
We
rather?
all
can
do it alone.
We can all do it alone, but like, is that
And you ain't gonna be
pleasurable
happy.
in life?
And remember, not everyone is just
Yeah.
because you're a woman means you're ready to be a wife or you can be a wife. That's the
And
difference.
that's very
some
true.
people
Yeah.
For
say,
men.
some people
Yeah,
feel
that's
like
true.
because I'm a woman, I got all the skills, I know
No,
how to do
of
this.
course
No,
not. But-
you have to build them skills by practice, by
Yeah.
learning, by staying your
You ain't
ass
no
out
black
of the
belt.
clubs and being home and
but let's-
actually
but
doing
then
that
going
job.
back to
Yeah.
equality, because we were talking about equality. It's
Go
like
for men,
it's
too.
not about equal. We're not talking about, oh, well, you can build a house, I can build a house. Now we're just talking about the fact that on any team, everyone has a different role.
Yeah.
No one's role is more important than the other. Yes, you are the chief in this situation or whatever, however you want to put it. But at the end of the day, you cannot be successful without a team behind you. I don't
No,
care
you
if it's a
can't.
person
No, I
that carries
agree
the
with that.
mic.
I agree with
I don't care if it's a videographer. I don't care if it's
I
a
agree.
mic
I
person.
agree with
Everyone
that.
has a role, which means that you as a man, you have your role, and me as a woman, I have my role as a
And
support.
the
No
problem
one's
is-
role is more important. Am I going to trump
Nah.
your role? No.
Sometimes you try.
I'm not going to act like my dick is bigger than yours. I'm
You
not.
gonna try.
If that's how our relationship
My
is
dick
built.
better not be bigger than yours.
But like at the end
'Cause
of the
if it
day,
is-
it's like you gotta respect my position just like I respect yours. And I feel like a lot of men don't.
I think men respect women. That's why men want
think they
women.
Do you,
too.
do you respect women's
No,
position?
You
I
do?
think men
Especially when y'all actually
automatically
doing it.
I think
Yeah, a
men
lot of y'all
ain't
they automatically feel like as soon as they meet a woman, it's like I'm the leader, I'm the this, I'm
Yeah,
the that.
it's
That
like,
type of
damn,
stuff has to
calm
be
down.
established.
I think it's only like that
she was
now
saying.
because it's so tough nowadays. Because with the generation with social media and everything and feminists is empowering women to be the leader and be the man, men have to come in a relationship and be that strong and be like, nah, Trick,
Yeah.
I'm the man
Yeah.
in this
'Cause
relationship.
a lot of women lead
you
they
are the
men.
woman.
I
A
feel like
lot
if a
of
man
women
feel
lead
like
that
he
men.
gotta over-establish that, then that's not the dynamic he need to be in. If he feeling
Right.
like his masculinity and
Is
all of that
being
is
in
being
jeopardy?
jeopardized
Yeah.
with the
Yeah.
woman that he's with, then
That's not
he
the
doesn't
woman
need
for
to be
you.
in that relationship.
In that relationship.
Because there's no woman that should make a man emasculate a man.
You can't.
If you're feeling like exactly,
But you can
if
try.
I as a woman can emasculate you, then that's a problem within you as a man. You're not
Exactly.
comfortable with yourself. You're not comfortable with your own leadership. You're not comfortable with your own masculinity in my eyes. So I don't have to do all this extra stuff to make you feel like a man. You should feel when you wake up in the morning, you should know that you're a man in your own right. You should know that you're a man in your own strength. I should be adding to that. I should be the one, like she said, supportive, backbone, so on and so
You
forth.
should naturally make me take the submissive role, and that's what I think a lot of men
Oh,
miss.
yeah.
How
you
you
should
gonna naturally do
from
that?
the day one. From day
Beat you?
one, no, it's not beat me. It's
I-
in how you treat me.
Well, you don't have
And how
to-
you treat me. You know why women are masculine, and I think this is such a common misconception, especially about black women. The reason
Yeah.
why we have to be the reason why we're masculine is because we have to be.
No, you don't.
You
I
don't
don't
always
think
have
that's
to.
true.
be.
Understand?
Y'all
don't
listen
think that's
to
true.
women.
Let me
Y'all
finish.
let a woman
Let
talk.
me let me finish.
They put
exactly.
themselves in that
The
position
reason-
sometimes.
No,
Not y'all
no,
talking
it's
for a
not. There's a lot of
woman.
women who have to work, who have to raise kids by themselves, who have to chase behind niggas to take care of their kids. They have to do all this extra stuff. Men are not asserting them for a long time. Maybe now, but for a long time, men were not asserting themselves as men
Right.
in a lot of dynamics. A lot of men were making babies and not taking care of them.
Yeah, but a lot
How
of women
men
are
make a
sleeping
baby,
with
though?
men without considering who they sleeping with.
Y'all
A
let
lot of
her
men,
finish.
But wait, okay, but we just be speaking in general.
Go
A
ahead.
lot of men were married or in the home, but not present in the home. It's just now I'm starting to see where men are like starting to push strollers around and like be more involved.
That don't make you a man, though.
I'm just saying, but men are more
Pushing the
involved
stroller.
and men are more present,
More
which
participative
which
in a
then
family
makes
dynamic.
a woman relax into her femininity. Because if I have to, or I have a nigga that's at home and he playing video games all day, or he's smoking weed all day, so now I gotta be the one to get up, I gotta do everything, I know, but we're just speaking in general. There was a time where there's a lot of ain't shit niggas, let's be real.
It's still a lot of ain't
y'all
shit
got
niggas.
homeboys that don't take care of their kids, let's be honest.
But think
Yeah,
about
but y'all keep having multiple kids with them.
Okay,
They keep having kid
but
number
the-
one with
okay,
them,
but
the
I'm
same ain't shit
explaining
nigga.
But those women have to
For
now
women
play,
that don't have personal standards.
they have to play mom and dad. They have to play masculine and feminine. So when they come across a man, or they're not used to being in a position where a man takes care of
they
them, and a
don't know how
man
to
comes
see it.
in, he now has to mold her into the woman that he needs her to be. Yo,
Right.
baby, you don't have to move that couch by yourself.
So-
I know your last nigga didn't do it, but this nigga right here gonna take care of that.
Oh.
Okay, baby, you don't have to pay the bill. You don't got to pay that bill. I got it.
So-
you have to mold her to
I
become.
love this
you have to mold
imaginary
her
man
to
you
become
making
that
up.
woman. You can't just step into a woman's life and be like, I'm the man. You have to consider her experiences.
I don't wanna
before
be
you
your
come in
man.
and try to assert your dominance.
I don't want to insert my dominance over
now
that.
for women
I'm crying.
who are used to being treated and being taken care of a certain kind of way, when she sees a certain, she immediately is like, oh, well, when
I
expect
don't know that
a man
lady.
to do such and such and such because that's what I know. And that's how I feel. That's what I feel like now. Women are now demanding more. Our standards are higher.
Standard should have been
Yeah, it
higher.
was
The thing
always
is,
that.
Exactly,
listen,
but that's just
Women
what it
not
is. I think
demanding
men are
more.
having a hard time accepting the fact
We
that
can't-
the standards are now
we
different.
can't put it all on
The
men. First
standards
of all,
was already
because
there.
woman, this is the thing. Y'all keep y'all keep messing up and
was
want to
already
keep
there.
blaming the next man or the man you with for all your choices. If you know I'm sitting home not doing shit, an ain't shit man playing video games all day.
Why you having all these
boom,
babies?
you have one kid for me. One kid, you say, damn, he ain't taking care of this kid. Oh, you know what? Let me get another kid for him. You know what? Let me get 3 kids from him. Then, now let me realize, damn, this
He
guy's
ain't a
really
man.
ain't shit man. Look at me in this position. You have to take responsibility for your choices.
True.
And stop blaming
Yeah.
all y'all choices on a man.
I'm not blaming.
Once you
but
see
I'm just
somebody,
explaining.
they show you who they are.
They
you
show it
believe
early.
right?
Okay, but we're talking about
I
why
think
women
that's
are
two
so
different
masculine.
things.
I'm just explaining to you why a lot of women are masculine and why they don't fall into the submissive role. Because okay, yeah, whatever that happens, life experiences happen.
No,
you
it
learn
don't
your
just
lesson.
happen. You make them choices.
I
Okay,
think
you
she's
made
talking
the
about
choice.
two different
Whatever
things.
you learn. Okay,
Nah,
when I
it
had
ain't
a-
whatever. You make them choices.
You made the choice. You sit
It's a
in that
choice.
choice. And now a new man comes along after you've had to do it for yourself for so
Yeah.
long. And now you think she's gonna automatically just
She should,
no, like
'cause he a new man.
It's something that you have to
It's
from
not
the
an
day that
automatic
you meet her,
thing.
He a new man.
You mold her into the type of you want her to be submissive, then you
Nah,
be
more
masculine.
yourself. He was already that other man.
So you're
was
trying to
that
tell me a
problem.
single mom that's been paying all her bills by herself for 10 years
If I
straight.
come in and I want to pay her bills, that's what it is. You ain't no molding you into letting me do it. If I'm doing it, I'm gonna do it.
But some women are
Why
not
you
gonna
gotta-
just let you come in and do that.
But then you keep yourself. And
Yeah,
pay your
then
bills.
don't come in. Keep paying them bills by
But then you gonna
yourself.
call her masculine, and then you
She
gonna
can be
call her.
masculine. That's cool. But you can't have it both ways.